contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward. And for the Timberwolves, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's Conley in at the point. Well, Brent, we had to wait a year for it, but Chet Holmgren had an incredible rookie season.
And I don't think any talent evaluator is surprised at the way that Chet came in his first year and was able to contribute and sometimes dominate in the ways that he did. So coming back healthy, making that immediate impact, Chet Holmgren is going to be a superstar in this league.
And you have to stay up on Edwards out there, which is dangerous because he's so good at going right around him. Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball call.
So it's Minnesota now. Has to Gobert, and so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
And you love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Here's Edwards, and Edwards with the stop.
An agile move off the contact by Edwards, getting to his shot despite the difficult defense.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Stolen by Dort. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City, and the dunk by Hartenstein.
Dort with great hands there, just looking to pick a pocket or two, and he jumps all over.
Conley with it. Dort covering. Edwards kicks to McDaniels. Timberwolves passing it around. Out to Edwards. 5 to shoot. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Edwards got 7 points in the game.
And don't let Edwards' position fool you. Anthony is built like a linebacker. That upper body strength helps him down low.
Now, here's Dort. And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. It's stolen by Edwards.
You could stay active on defense. Good things usually happen. Right there, quick hands helped alter what would have been a sure two there.
Taken away by Williams. Holmgren with it. Fires from deep. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 4 rebounds in this game. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. Here's McDaniels, and he banks in the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. Greg, this is some kind of night. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Holmgren. Outside, Dort. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Williams. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
And I like how unselfish Dort was on that play, freely giving it away rather than trying to chase down something for himself.
Edwards shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Minnesota shooting their first free throws of this game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Minnesota making some changes. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Alexander Walker comes in for McDaniels. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Chet Holmgren. Wallace is checked in for George. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Edwards. He's got 9. Back to Alexander Walker. And Randall throws it down.
Somebody not alert to block out the wide frame of Julius Randle, who gets in there after the loose ball.
Wallace, the pass to Williams. Wiggins surveying the floor. Back to Williams. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Kept alive. Over in the corner, Williams. Takes the 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Williams has got 10 points in the game.
So far, both teams scorching the Nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, made for TV game here. Pace is great. Scoring is coming in.
Tie game in Minnesota. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we're watching with the Timberwolves, guys.
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Case and Wallace. Then it's Williams. Then it's Wiggins. And it's Caruso in at the 3. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Inod's checked in.
And money from the stripe. SGA could close his eyes and knock that down.
DiVincenzo passes to Edwards. Brent, one thing we've seen these days, 3-point variance. Can you explain it?
Well, Kevin, who's hot and who's not? That's basically what it comes down to. Look, coaches are going to have strategies against teams. A lot of teams are taking a lot more threes, but on a night where they are knocking down shots that you're willing to live with, that's when you just tip the cap, take the loss, and move on.
The Thunder with the lead. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Williams kicks to Wiggins. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Wallace dishes to Wiggins. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Here's Edwards. Oh, what a physical score from Edwards.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9.
You have a guard like Gilgeous-Alexander that fights inside. It can add some spunk to your team.
Taking it in, Anthony Edwards. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Wallace. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Wallace has got his first basket of the night.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Out to Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
And what a creative finisher. Edwards is so fast in how he gets up to throw it down.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. Caruso finds Gilgeous-Alexander. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Anthony Edwards. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Timberwolves.
And, guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great.
Edwards with the dunk of the night.
It's It's simple, guys. Keep getting Edwards the ball and just let Ant. You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Edwards with the screen for Conley. Edwards inside, defended by Dort.
Long 7-1 with that 7'6" wingspan. Holmgren can alter a block just about every shot in his vicinity.
Good on the three-point shot. Randall's got the lead up to 5 now for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Connects from three-point range.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Edwards makes it dueling three-pointers, showing some leadership, getting that one back.
Stolen by Conley. It's Edwards on the wing. Here's Gobert. Pass to McDaniels. Outside for Randall. Takes a three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Outside Williams. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
It's Randall with the drive.
Oh, that's nuts. Randall getting up there, turning a little bit, putting on a bit of a show here.
Hartenstein passes to Williams. He's looking for Hartenstein and finds him. Gilgeous-Alexander against McDaniel. Here's Hartenstein, and that one good.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
With the drive. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Clearly a foul.
For Minnesota, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. And so he makes both from the line.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you're going to pick to send to the free throw line. And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We come back right after this. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
They're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Conley and Edwards are the guards. Randall out there with Jaden McDaniel. And it's Gobert in at the center position. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half.
I mean, length and skill. And Holmgren has a lot of both. Oh, and he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. That bucket in no time at all. 16 points for Williams.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
Randall, a screen on Dort. Edwards drives in, and he slams it down right on top of Chet Holmgren.
And how about the athleticism from Edwards rocketing off the drive there for the slam.
Randall kicks to Edwards. Outside Conley. 5 on the clock. Gobert with a screen for Conley. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Nice again. Edwards, a screen on Williams. A shot by McDaniels, no good. Thunder trailing by 3. Williams passes to Hartenstein. Back to Williams. And the Thunder, another 3.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Edwards, that's good.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
Tipped away. Conley with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Edwards looking it over. Outside for Randall. Conley with the screen on Williams. Randall no good. Gobert the pass to McDaniels. Gobert dishes to Conley. Out to Edwards. Gobert with the screen on Williams. Edwards. McDaniels passes to Gobert. Dort against McDaniel. Offensive rebound. Right side, Conley. Conley sets a screen for Edwards. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 16. Edwards against Dort. Edwards kicks to McDaniels. Back to Edwards. Randall dishes to McDaniels. There's the three. Randall no good.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
And he's stroking it well, but he just hasn't shown the aggressiveness that they need out of him. Probably in front by more if he was taking more shots.
Gobert the pass to Randall. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Goes back up. Edwards no good.
You're not going to see that very often. A defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Randall, Clark, the pass to Alexander Walker. To the inside, and plenty of contact on the shot. So, and here we go with the coach's challenge.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And the first one drops. That one misses.
Big trip to the line. He did not get all of them, but at least they hold the lead now.
And the slam by Williams. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Here's Wallace. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Now it's a 3-point Thunder lead.
To leave a guy like that wide open from range, big mix-up.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. It's the Thunder. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we note, was peripheral vision.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. You've got Alex Caruso. Aaron Wiggins is out there with Jang. Then there's Wallace. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the point. Ingles finds Reed. DiVincenzo with it. Reed with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot's good.
DiVincenzo has to be agile on the interior, and that time finds a way to get it done.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, defended by Alexander Walker. Here's Wallace. Off target from three-point range. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Into the lane, and finished off by Edwards.
You can't let Edwards get in the lane. Outstanding at using that burst of speed on the drive.
Caruso kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Here's Alexander Walker. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Wallace against DiVincenzo. Caruso, the pass to Jang. Caruso kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Wallace. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Minnesota's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Mike Conley's checked in for Joe Ingles. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Jack. Chet Holmgren comes in for Aaron Wiggins. Williams, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's Dort in for Wallace. And there's the drive. And Reed throws it down.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
How about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
McDaniels, he's checked in for Minnesota. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Williams. Those three-pointers off the mark.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
Edwards finds Reed. And he's good on the three ball.
And showing he can make plays for others. Edwards moving it with conviction.
Hartenstein with the screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder with another miss.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
DiVincenzo can't hit it. Thunder trailing by 8. Outside, Dort. Hartenstein against Reed. Williams gets the bucket.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
They're just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
Edwards, no good. Oklahoma City's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 three-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
Lugans, Dort, give it to him.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. 3-point lead. After DiVincenzo. Edwards with the screen for DiVincenzo. It's Edwards on the wing. Just 5 to shoot.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Gilgeous-Alexander does a good job of just staying aggressive, and that just forces the defense to do something.
Some changes for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert, who's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Alexander Walker. And Mike Conley subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. Edwards passes to Randall. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Conley. It falls!
That's just being a pro. Conley understanding the moment and rising to the occasion.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander against McDaniel. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him. That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. Here is Conley. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Here's Edwards. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Near the three-point line, it's Holmgren. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime. Thank you, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For
Well, look, it's even more important, Brian, in the regular season than it is in the playoffs to get through a long NBA season and get yourself in good playoff position. You're going to need a lot of guys. 12, 13 guys at different points of the year are going to have to be ready to make contributions. Now, obviously, the team with the better starting five will have the edge, but depth can be a big factor even in the playoffs.
Looking at the starting five for Boston. The two Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the 5. Stan, just how much of a catalyst has Mike Conley been since the Timberwolves got him?
Well, just listen to his teammates, Brian. They talk about leadership, the adult in the room, and he remains a very capable two-way player.
Holiday from long range, and he buries his first look.
Always reading the angles. Holiday's able to find his shot.
McDaniels from long range knocks it down from distance.
When you get faced up at one end, you want to get it back at the other.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
Now here's Porzingis. The kick out to White. Outside Holiday. Outside Brown. Stolen by Conley. Edwards with it. Now guarded by White. Outside Edwards. Going inside. And Edwards slams it in.
Yeah, doing it with speed and style. Edwards putting on a show at the rim.
The shot's good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Edwards can't hit.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert, but that time he just couldn't get it done.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Holiday against Conley. And the basket by Holiday. Holiday's got 5 now.
Yeah, good execution in close. Holiday likes mixing things up and finishing from this area.
McDaniels from long range. Porzingis grabs the board. The Celtics have gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. Pass to Brown. And that's out of bounds. Last touch by White.
Yeah, what a disconnect. Sloppy play like that is something they can expect to come up in the film session.
Now here's Edwards. Three-pointer. Ooh, once again off the mark by Minnesota. And they're on the run. White with it for 3. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
Even though Porzingis can shoot over anyone, he still does all the little things that make a difference.
That one's no good. Timberwolves trail by 3. The 3 is up. And Conley gets it to go. The assist from Randall. 5 points in the game.
Opportunistic basketball. Gets a great look at the 3 in transition.
Here's White, the kick to Tatum. He shoots. And the jumper is on the mark.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there.
With balance and good rhythm, Holiday serves as an effective catch-and-shoot player.
Edwards can't hit.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selection. You have to be set up for success.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Boston making a switch here. Kornet's checked in for Porzingis. Al Horford comes in for Tatum. Hauser, he's checked in for White. And Pritchard is subbed in for Drew Holiday. Back to Randall. Launches it from deep. From beyond the arc and then some.
Yeah, never a bad idea to have Randall with the ball. Just a great passing forward.
And here's Horford for three. Randall pulls down the board.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Reed for three. Rebound Boston. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Pritchard. Clark covers. And here's Horford for three. Doesn't go that time. Timberwolves trail by 4. Clark, the pass to Alexander Walker. The three. Now Reed. Outside. DiVincenzo. Here's Clark. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Excellent movement on the play. The pass on time and on point.
And here's Brown for three. Oh, at the buzzer. He got it off in time.
That is an incredible shot.
And so it's Drew Holiday making things happen for the Celtics. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. And don't go far. We'll be right back. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And for the Celtics here, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious they were well prepared defensively coming in.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. They've got Peyton Pritchard, Torrey Craig out there with Al Horford. Then there's Jason Tatum, and it's Hauser in at the three. Here's Reed, and laid in to finish off the break. Reed's gotten his second bucket on the night.
There's a touch of artistry to the floater. Takes feel as much as skill.
Horford, a screen on Edwards. Pass to Horford. From outside the arc. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. Horford's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. For three, DiVincenzo. Boston pulls it in. Now the Celtics on the move. Pritchard, no good. Timberwolves trail by 5. Miller, a screen on Horford. Reed can't hit. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Boston.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And not only that, they're off to a pretty hot start shooting from outside. They seem locked in tonight.
Rudy Gobert's checked in for Minnesota. Mike Conley comes in for DiVincenzo. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Here's Alexander Walker. Off target with the three. Boston leading by 6. Pass to Holiday. And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Hauser, he's checked in for Horford. Stand back in your early coaching days, what was the dynamic working with the front office?
Well, I was in good situations, and so you need the coach and the front office in sync, where you're all working toward the same goals and you understand what the process is going to look like.
And how in sync were you when Stan was the coach and Stan was the front office?
We had problems then because the coach didn't like the front office very often, and the front office was always unhappy with the coach.
From deep, connects from downtown. And now it's just a 2-point Celtic lead.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Here's Porzingis. And he can't get that one. Ooh, great D that time from Gobert. Here's Alexander Walker. That one's good. And it's Conley who picks up the assist. Conley's got 3 assists now in this one. And Coach, how about Naz Reid, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner?
Yeah, Brian, sort of unique. We often associate that award with shooting guards, but although he's a big, Reid is more than capable of putting up big numbers, including from long distance.
Tatum, and count that, 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
And Jason Tatum was fearless on that finish, went right through the contact.
Some changes for Minnesota. Randall, he's checked in for Reid. McDaniels comes in for Alexander Walker. And it's DiVincenzo in for Anthony Edwards. Jaylen Brown, he's checked in for Boston. White comes in for Pritchard. Here's Gobert. Second chance effort. Rudy, a monster inside.
Outstanding job converting in close. Gobert understands how to execute around the rim.
Tatum passes to Porzingis. Over Gobert. It's blocked by Gobert. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gobert. Boston making a switch here. Horford's checked in. 1:15 left to play in the first half of basketball. Offensive board. Another shot. It's blocked by Gobert.
Well, Rudy loves erasing shots. Every chance he gets, he'll take a swipe at you. And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Up again. Here's the second effort. Ooh, tough possession there. They stayed with it. Just couldn't make the shot. Boston has gone 4 of 8 from 3. A nice percentage. Here's Horford. Oh, Horford wanting it more.
Pure physical ability gives Horford the advantage. The defense couldn't hold him down.
Gobert with it. Now guarded by White. Porzingis against Gobert. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. And he stays with it. Tries again. And it's finished off by Gobert as he lays it in. Gobert's got 4 points this quarter.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
Horford inside. Randall's there. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got 8 rebounds in the game. White with the steal. The shot no good. And so it's tied as we head to halftime. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Nice game. Great performance by Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Conley and Ann are the 1 and the 2. McDaniels out there with Julius Randle. And it's Gobert in at the 5 down low. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Here's Edwards. And that misses. That would have put him up. Boston's shooting 46%, a decent average so far. 3-pointer Holiday. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Randall's got 5 rebounds in the game. Gobert finds McDaniels. Gobert up top, defended by Brown. Rudy Gobert finishes strong inside.
This is Gobert going to work. I mean, he knows the inside contact can't stop him.
Defensive Player of the Year 4 times over, Stan. Rudy Gobert tied for the record.
Yeah, Brian, alongside Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace, and Gobert's capable of getting another one, too, assuming his countryman, Victor Wembanyama, doesn't start taking the reins.
Pass to Gobert. Edwards against Brown. Goes back up. Gobert no good.
Got the ball where he wanted it, but then got swarmed.
The 3. Again, Holiday missing. The Timberwolves have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. And that one's good from Conley.
Just a smart offensive player. Conley is aware of when he should look to rise and fire. Woo, I love it.
Porzingis with a screen on McDaniels. Brown passes to Holiday. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Gobert is doubled. And there's a bevy of young talent in the NBA right now. Who are you most excited to see grow into a star, Stan?
Well, what I'm really excited about, Brian, is to see which of these young talents becomes true stars, transformative guys. Certainly Chet Holmgren and Wembanyama have already had this great rivalry. Scotty,
get up, Anthony Edwards!
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
Porzingis in the post, defended by Gobert. He shot 2 free throws in the game. He's made 1 and missed 1. And he can't get the first one. And no good on the second free throw, so 0 for 2 there.
Well, that's not the focus we're used to seeing from him at the line. He's usually rock solid.
And that'll be Minnesota's ball as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves able to keep the possession. Randall finds Gobert. Looking to get back on track. Shot clock at 6. Conley passes to Gobert. The rebound, Celtics. Tatum's got a rebound number 5 here tonight from deep three-point land. And Conley grabs the miss. Minnesota leading by 5. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, last season, Jason Tatum surpassed 10,000 career points. He said, it sounds crazy. I always think about when I was a kid growing up with my mom and saying I wanted to be in the NBA. I may have thought I would be one of the best players, but to actually do it is a surreal feeling. Brian, he's being honest.
Yeah, dreams do come true, Allie. Thank you. Gobert with it. Guarded now by Holiday. Gobert, no good. Celtics trail by 7. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Kick out to Brown. They still need this. Randall with a steal. 1:05 left in the third quarter. Pass to Gobert. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
The length of Gobert is a problem for any defense. And of course, he uses it so well to draw contact while shooting.
Clark is checked in for Minnesota. DiVincenzo comes in for Conley. To the inside, it's tipped. Here's Cornette, shoots over DiVincenzo. Chalk up 2 there.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
Here's Gobert, takes it inside. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
What else is the defense supposed to do with Gobert driving? It's basically foul him or get out of the way.
Dillingham's checked in for Minnesota. And he sinks the second. Celtics trail by 7. Outside, Brown. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Boston pulls it in. Cornette at the post. Randall's there, and that one drops for him. Now Gobert. 10 points for him. He's only made 2 free throws, not shooting well from the line. The first one falls. And so he hits both. Here's Cornette. Over Gobert. And so it's Minnesota closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. The flow of the game. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. So the Celtics 5 right now. They've got Torrey Craig, Jason Tatum out there with Peyton Pritchard. Then there's Al Horford, and it's Hauser in at small forward. Horford can't hit.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
The kick out to Edwards. Oh, Edwards! Money on the triple!
Well, this is why Edwards is a nightmare for defenses. He can drive right through you or pull you apart from range like this.
And Horford powers it home.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
Hauser, that's good.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
The Timberwolves lead by 7. Pass to Edwards. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Edwards got 5 points in the quarter.
Effective use of the mid-range there by Edwards. He's a true three-level scorer.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
For 3, DiVincenzo. Horford pulls it in. Horford's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Pritchard. DiVincenzo covering. Tatum passes to Pritchard. And the basket is good.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Hits the trifecta.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Oh, getting it done. Horford gets it to go.
Yeah, the moment Horford has the rock down low, good night. I mean, just too many moves from the vet.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Edwards. Let's go with a 3. Boston pulls it in. If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Drops in the 3.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
Here's Hauser. Here's Craig. Gobert's checked in for lineup. The Celtics also with a sub. Drew Holiday's checked in for Craig. Screen by Horford. Here's Pritchard. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Second shot opportunity. What hustle on the glass by Gobert.
Huge bucket from Gobert, answering the call when his team needs it.
And Tatum with the basket on the assist by Holiday. Tatum's got 4 points this quarter.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to deliver at these moments.
Horford against Gobert. 1:14 left in the fourth quarter. And there's 2. Work on the glass, paying off that time.
And the trust this team has in Gobert. They know he looks to come up huge in the clutch.
Tatum from long range. It's rebounded by Minnesota. They held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Gobert. Oh! Gobert hammers it home.
You're best to get out of Gobert's way. You don't want to be on the wrong end of that tug.
Tatum can't hit. So it's Minnesota now. They lead by 7. Reed finds Gobert. shoots over Horford. Gobert, no good. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A., keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged. We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Shot clock at 5. Fires away from way outside. So we see the Timberwolves get the win here. All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For
That being said, how do you see it being played out?
We have two excellent teams. The talent is there. The coaching is there. There's so much at stake when two good teams square off. Make it anyone's call tonight, because I don't know exactly who's going to come out on top.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the 5 spot.
That's Tatum's size and high release point. He's able to get that three-point shot off against virtually anybody.
Holmgren sets the screen for Williams. And he can't answer back the three-pointer offline. Tatum passes to Porzingis. The kick out to Holiday. Left side, Brown. Sinks the three-pointer.
Well, you catch the defense off guard by being willing to fire as soon as the ball touches your hands.
And we all hear talk about Drew Holiday's defense. But you know, Doris, he is much more than that. You've said it countless times.
Kevin, this is a guy who's a tremendous rebounder for a guard, a very willing playmaker. He can carry a scoring burden if you need him to, but he's also willing to take a very limited number of shots. It's all about the team with him.
Williams for three. Jason Tatum grabs the board. For Boston, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Porzingis, it's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
That's what you call using your size in the painted area. Kristaps Porzingis, easy work right there.
And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
Shoots a fader. A shot by Williams, no good.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
That's tipped. It's stolen by Hartenstein. To the paint. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And give credit to Holmgren for jumping all over that opportunity, putting his length to great use.
Brown with the screen on Holmgren. Boston, no good that time either. Oklahoma City's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And finished off by Brown.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stunt.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
It's safe to say Jason Tatum is a bona fide superstar.
He certainly is, Kevin, and really been a big-time star from the time he was 23 years old. Lots of pressure on this young player, but Jason's not only embraced it, he's thrived under it.
Now Holmgren, after the missed three from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams' shot is off. Celtics leading by 4. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Drew Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. Oklahoma City's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Boston's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Back to Tatum. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul.
Second team foul. Checking in for the Celtics.
Thunder on D. 4-point game. Offensive rebound. Here's Cornette. Another shot. Over Hartenstein. Cornette can't get it to go. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Williams for 3. Holmgren kicks to Williams. No good on the triple.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And Chet Holmgren's been a great player from day one, Doris. What do you like most about his game?
I don't know which aspect to pick. This guy is a great rim protector. He can shoot the basketball from three-point territory and with great range from 3. But maybe my favorite aspect is the competitive toughness he brings on a nightly basis.
Dort misses. Celtics leading by 5. Pass to Horford. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebounded by Tatum. Tatum's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Really a good season for him overall last year. When you look at the number, 83% from the line.
From the moment Jason Tatum stepped into this league, he has been a guy who has wanted the burden offensively, and he has delivered.
Boy, that's not the result I would have predicted. Usually you can take those to the bank when he's at the line.
Wallace, the pass to Caruso. Got it up. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so the first quarter is in the books. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Celtics.
A huge part of their offense, pushing the ball, looking for fast break opportunities, always a good idea.
They've also done a really good job taking advantage of miscues. Their defense has been stifling in this one.
Mason Wallace is out there with Mitchell. Then it's Williams. Then it's Williams. And it's Caruso in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Now here's Tatum. Off the inbound, no good.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Down low, here's Horford. Lays it up off the glass. Horford's got his first points of the game.
Well, Al Horford just goes about his business, and that's an easy opportunity right there.
And the way the Celtics can attack teams' doors with their 5-out set, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen.
Celtics leading by 10. Here's Craig. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Of the 2 offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
Pritchard. No good with the triple. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder with another miss.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Craig can't get it to go. Oklahoma City's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Wasted no time on that one. Wallace has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay. He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Here's Pritchard after Oklahoma City gets the 3. It's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Porzingis is checked in for Horford. And it's Holiday in for Torrey Craig. A wide open look here for Caruso. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Porzingis, that's a 2. Offensive rebound. Holiday, the pass to Porzingis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Porzingis has got 6.
I tell you, at 7'3", to have that kind of body control, Kristaps Porzingis makes it look easy.
And Williams with the stuff.
Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Tatum, that's for 2. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. 1:58 left in the second quarter. You know, Doris, from the moment Jason Tatum entered the NBA, he has been the guy on his team. How big a burden do you think that is for a player to carry?
Well, Jason Tatum, regardless of how much responsibility he has always worn it gracefully. This young man, from the time he was a little kid in St. Louis, has dreamed of leading an NBA team. He is doing exactly that.
Pritchard passes to Porzingis. Shoots over Caruso. Porzingis can't hit.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
And And that one's good, Caruso.
He took what the defense was giving him that time. There was nobody on him on the three-point shot. Boy, don't give him the lights out.
Here's Pritchard. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Knowing it's his responsibility to find open teammates. Holiday, nice job setting the table there.
Wallace misses. Celtics leading by 7. Pass to Hauser. 41 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Pritchard. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. 7 points in the game.
Yeah, the evolution of Tatum as a passer is evident. This guy more committed than ever to making the right play.
Wallace, good. The Celtics have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter, just under 50% shooting. Porzingis, that's a 2, and it's Boston with another.
Boy, you cannot leave him alone like that. Good form on the fadeaway jumper.
Williams with a clean look, and the Thunder another 3. Here's Pritchard. There's the 3. Hits it from three-point range. Pritchard's got 10 points in the game.
For real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And that concludes the first half. Celtics lead by 8. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Drum roll, please. They're measuring up the shot.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. And Greg, you talk about toughness, the compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
Starting off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
The 3 from Tatum.
Watch out. Tatum's going to stretch the defense all over the place if he's knocking down threes from the corner.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. He's covered by Brown.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
The wide open look here for Porzingis. A 3-pointer off the mark. Thunder trailing by 13. Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Dort. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists now in this one. Brown finds Holiday. The kick out to Brown. Traps in the tray. Brown's got the lead up to 13 now for the Celtics.
That three-point shooting sets up every aspect of Jaylen Brown's game. What a pretty shot. Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Now here's Porzingis. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. Holmgren with it. He's picked up by White. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, we know that when Kristaps Porzingis is in rhythm, he can string together a stretch of play where he is sustaining an offense.
Brown outside. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Oklahoma City's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, Commissioner Silver has been direct. The NBA is hoping for more competitive All-Star games. They've said as much before, but last year's high-scoring All-Star game did precede the league's not-so-subtle move to cut down on foul calls and allow for more defense overall. They are trying to get it right. Kevin?
And it couldn't be a great game without defense, so we like the direction. EA, thank you.
We are talking about a 6'6" point guard. Shea has got a great view of the floor. What an easy pass.
Here's Tatum going inside, and the dunk by Tatum.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. You know, many see Brown as a scorer, but Doris, he's put more of an emphasis on his defense in recent seasons.
You're exactly right, Kevin. He's taken tremendous pride in asking his coaches to put him on the best offensive player. When he's the point of attack defensively, look out. He can give a lot of headaches to ball handlers.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Horford comes in for Porzingis, and it's Pritchard in for White. Inside, Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Tatum against Williams. Back to Tatum. There's Brown with the three. Thunder with the rebound. Hartenstein's got 7 rebounds in the game. Offensive rebound.
And he's easily been their best rebounder tonight.
He's competed for every missed shot. Feels like he's quicker to the basketball than anyone else out there.
Nobody near Williams. Drains it from beyond the arc.
You know, a lot of coaches might let you hear it for taking the three-pointer on the break, but I like the decision there. The D had already collapsed inside.
The three from Tatum. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you know teams are going to be physical with Holmgren, but he's aggressive, and boy, he plays with passion.
Second free throw, no good. Tatum against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Pritchard. Here's Cornette. 1 second left. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Boston, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Thunder trailing by 6. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Dort against Tatum. Floats it up for Horford, and the dunk by Horford.
Well, the rise for the alley-oop, just remarkable timing, perfect execution.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. One guy who now seems to be a perennial MVP candidate, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Doris, he is rocketing up the charts.
He is, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. He can consistently put 30 on you like it's absolutely nothing. He gives you everything else as well, including incredible leadership and great teammate skills.
Boston making a switch here. Davison's checked in. Here's Davison. And the 3 off target. And it's Dort off the drive.
This guy makes easy work getting through the lane. No one getting in Luke Dort's way on that one. Smart decision.
Driving the lane. Davison can't hit. Under trailing by 4. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Doris, some great shooters on this Boston team, but at times, don't you think they settle from the perimeter?
Well, Kevin, obviously, this is a coaching staff that puts a heavy emphasis on three-point shooting. They led the league in makes. They led the league in attempts. But obviously, your two best players, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, with their size and athleticism and driving ability, you want to try to find the right balance. They do a great job of that.
And the Celtics with possession here, following the score by Oklahoma City. Horford no luck.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Dort with the ball, and Holiday picks him up defensively.
Look, you can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
No, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, to start off with so many mistakes and still now find a way where everything's working, it allows their momentum and confidence to continue to build.
And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession.
Celtic substitution. Kristaps Porzingis.
Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
There is no moment too big, no pressure too heavy for Mr. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The delivery is on time.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
To take the lead, again, the Thunder score.
And he's someone the defense should be keying on, especially in this moment.
I think he takes that kind of defense as a sign of disrespect, and he was more than happy to accept the challenge.
Holmgren with the steal. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Picked up by Brown. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Porzingis.
Let's remember, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is 6'6", so getting on the interior is not a problem.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, this is why you run your offense through him in important situations. You know he's going to deliver.
Screen by Porzingis. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
I love when Shai does not just settle for a layup. Finish with authority. What a pretty dunk.
Porzingis can't hit.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Five to shoot. High, arcing shot. Bucket is good. And now an 8-point Thunder lead.
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. After Jason Tatum getting his shot to go from deep. Gilgeous-Alexander against Holiday. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Porzingis. And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
Tatum no good. Hartenstein with it. And stolen by White. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. It was up for grabs right until the final second. Going head-to-head.
And Kevin, they know each other well. They expect to meet potentially in the postseason, and I would expect a playoff atmosphere tonight.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Gobert, and it's Conley in at the point guard. Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
We've got liftoff here, folks. Once Edwards sprints past the defense, it is an absolute wrap.
Hartenstein passes to Williams. Good on the shot.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Oh, here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Hey, we use the term explosive a lot, but Edwards, this guy is explosive times 3.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Edwards. Williams for 3. And then jammed down as he goes right over Rudy Gobert.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
He's one of the few players. Hey now! Hey now! Yeah! Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you operate like that.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No good with the layup.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Outside Conley. Three-pointer. Buries it from three-point range.
I'll tell you, you give Conley the ball and trust him to make the right decision.
Williams, a screen on Edwards. Gilgeous-Alexander against Edwards. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Clark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. And I know that's 3, but I wanted to give you 3 different words I could use to describe him. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thank you. Jalen Williams is a do-it-all dynamo for the Thunder. Coach Mark Daigneault said, we've cross-matched him onto centers. He'll shift him to a point guard. It's hard to explain how impactful that is for you. You have a great offensive player that you're also moving all over the lineup. Kevin?
DA, the versatility. That is pretty special. Just 5 on the clock. And finished off by Edwards.
That's all weight room right there. Edwards powers through the contact for the hoop and the arm.
The Timberwolves shooting their first foul shot of the game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Williams, a screen on Edwards. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Lays it up off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
And Gobert kicks to McDaniels. From past the arc. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. There's 57 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. Pass to Holmgren. The kick out to Williams. Puts up a deep three. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
No one near Conley as he lets it go. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Edwards against Gilgeous-Alexander. Great D that time from Edwards. Tries again. Randall passes to McDaniels. There's the three. And the rejection by Holmgren. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Getting downhill has really been impressive to me, not settling from the outside. They're going right to the rack.
You also have to admire how they challenge the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Randall out there with Jaden McDaniel. And it's Gobert in at the center. First one falls for him. Look, obviously, this is a results league for head coaches. And we're always going to see lots of changes at that position.
I think you're exactly right. I don't necessarily agree with it all the time. I would like to see owners and general managers and decision makers be a little more patient, give coaches a little more runway. But we know it's a results-oriented league, and oftentimes the reality is that it's easier to change one coach than it is perhaps to change a handful of players on a roster that's not performing.
Conley, the pass to Reed. Off on the layup. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for Oklahoma City. Up and in on the layup. Mitchell's got the lead up to 3 now for the Thunder.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Picked by Reed. Conley kicks to Reed. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Reeves got himself on the board with 3 there.
Michael Conley with excellent vision on that pass.
Outside Williams from downtown. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Engel. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Mike Conley.
Number 0, Dante DiVincenzo.
On the wing, Williams. Covered by Miller. Shot clock at 6. Here's Wallace. Off target from 3-point range. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Here's Alexander Walker. Here's Reed. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Here's Williams. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get to. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
DiVincenzo against Mitchell. Pass to Alexander Walker. Shoots. Reed the pass to Alexander Walker. 3-pointer. Thunder with the rebound. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Williams looking around. Over Ingles. DiVincenzo against Mitchell. Takes the 3. It's tipped. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Alexander Walker. Wallace covering. Shot good by Alexander Walker. Alexander Walker's got his first 3 points of the game. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Here's Williams. He can't get it to go. Good D by Miller. Minnesota's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Here's Alexander Walker, and he makes that one. Now it's a 4-point Minnesota lead.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Wallace against Reed. And he banks in the layup.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of
The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. DiVincenzo passes to Alexander Walker. Miller with a screen on Wallace. Here's Alexander Walker. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Williams can't get it to go.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
DiVincenzo against Mitchell. And it's Alexander Walker in the corner. Cans it from downtown. Alexander Walker's got the lead up to 8 now for the Timberwolves. Williams dishes to Williams. Out to Wallace. Fires the 3. Ingles with the rebound. Timberwolves have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Here's Alexander Walker. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Reed with a screen on Wallace. Up in time. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
How about that? Just a perfect finish to the half as they tack on another 3 to their lead.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Timberwolves leading by 9. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward. And that's who Mark Daigneault starts the second half. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Timberwolves shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Known as the Stifle Tower, Gobert's defense and rebounding are valuable to this team.
Thunder trailing by 10. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And no good that time. Gobert with the defensive effort. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. Minnesota shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. And the free throw, no good.
At the line for 1.
Minnesota's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the 3-ball well. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Gobert's length is intimidating, which is why defenders often resort to fouling.
At the line for the Timberwolves.
And so he hits both. Oklahoma City shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. And it's Isaiah Hartenstein with the foul. That's his first foul.
You want your team to be aggressive on the glass, but he was a little too zealous for that rebound.
Yeah, it appeared to me as he was trying to get a piggyback ride, man. That's an easy call to make and gonna be called every time. Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Hartenstein against Gobert. Tipped away. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
Timberwolves ball.
Edwards passes to Gobert. And it's good for 2.
Rudy Gobert.
Gobert's got 7.
Best of luck to any defender trying to slow Gobert down. He is ruthless inside.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GM.
And you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
Under trailing by 14. Here's Dort. Edwards with the block.
And the athleticism of Edwards helping on defense, capable of getting up to block shots. The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Williams gets the bucket.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Bucket is good. Gobert's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And, you know, you give Edwards credit for making the right decision there, feeding his teammate. Smart, good basketball.
And it's slammed in by Williams.
Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Edwards looking it over. Inside, Gobert moves back up. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Hartenstein's got 5 rebounds tonight. Williams against McDaniel. Right side, Williams. And it's Isaiah Hartenstein with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. 13 foul.
Minnesota leading by 11. Gobert down low. He's against Hartenstein. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert.
With his size, Gobert can make this look really easy. It's almost unfair.
The Thunder shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for him. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
2 minutes remaining.
Gobert down low. He's defended by Hartenstein.
Rudy Gobert.
And finished off by Gobert.
Gobert filling up all the stat categories in this one. What a well-rounded player.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt GM.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
Gobert, and he converts the layup. Gobert's got 15 points in just the second half.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. Right now, I've sent it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year Draymond Green says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake of thinking they can put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
Got the 1-2 punch, as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. D.A. Banks, good on the second free throw. Thunder trailing by 12. Stolen by Michael Conley. Gobert against Hartenstein. Gobert down low. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Dort kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Minnesota leading by 12. Here's Gobert. This will make 5 trips now to the free throw line for him tonight.
Not sure where it's gone, but he's lost his confidence at the foul line.
And that's been a huge problem. I mean, giving away points at the stripe, never a good thing. And, you know, with his free throw percentage being where it was last season, it changed the way teams defended him. I mean, there were no easy baskets. He was going to get fouled anytime he got near the rim. They were going to make him earn his points at the line. A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Gobert, and that's good.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Holmgren wide open. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 4th assist in this one. And it's out of bounds and last touch by Holmgren.
Timberwolves ball.
Eight seconds left here in the third quarter. Randall passes to Gobert. Over Williams. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Rudy Gobert, he's feeling it tonight. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Under trailing by 10 on the court for Minnesota. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in the corner. And it's Isaiah Hartenstein with the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
Substitution on the floor.
And here's Gobert. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And watch out for SGA going to the basket. He will put it on your head if you're not watching.
Gobert, and that's good.
Gobert.
Gobert's got 22 points. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. It's a 10-point game. Here's Dort. There's Williams with the 3. Miller grabs the miss. Minnesota's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. Here's Gobert. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Williams, and it's Williams throwing it down.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could.
We've seen those kinds of plays get them going in the past.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. The shot, no good. Gobert down low. Gilgeous-Alexander covered. And finished off by Gobert.
On the drive, Gobert covers a lot of ground quickly.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt here.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Good D by Miller. Minnesota leading by 10. Up top, Gobert. And Holmgren pulls it down. Thunder have gone 3 of 7 from the 4 in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the 4th. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. And a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
No, strong take by SGA. 6'6" with point guard skills. What a nightmare matchup he is.
Minnesota shooting about 43% here in the 4th quarter. The drive by Gobert. Yep, that one goes. That's 28 points for Rudy Gobert.
Guys, it's a one-man show out there. I mean, he looks like he's willing to handle all of the offensive duties for his team.
Here's Dort. A 3-pointer off the mark.
You know, to cut deficits, you got to be making smart basketball plays out there. Taking care of the ball. It's not done by hoisting up bonehead threes like that.
Floats it up for Holmgren. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And give credit to Holmgren for jumping all over that opportunity, putting his length to great use.
Ingles with a screen on Hartenstein. Gobert, no good. Thunder trailing by 7. Williams for 3. Rebound by Alexander Walker. Dort passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Julius Randle's checked in for Miller. McDaniels comes in for Joe Ingles. Edwards has come in for Alexander Walker. And Mike Conley subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. At the elbow, Williams. 1:11 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Gobert with it. He's picked up by Holmgren.
Already set the Summer League record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league.
On the inbound, Gobert gets the bucket. Gobert's got 30 points. Oh, and he quieted down the crowd with that shot. Big, big play.
That was a punch in the gut to those fans. And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
Here's Gobert. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I like seeing Gobert use the shot fake because it's an effective way to get the defenders into the paratroopers club.
And so he drops them both. It's a 9-point ball game here. Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. Buries the long-range jumper.
And what a shot from Gilgeous-Alexander. This guy isn't afraid of the moment. Wow.
You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
Launches a 3. Rebound, Minnesota. At one point, they led by 16. 6-second difference between shot and game and an intentional foul right there.
Third personal foul.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
For the Timberwolves.
And he is unable to get the second one.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, I agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
How about the floor awareness by Gilgeous-Alexander? Solid at just spotting his open teammate. That's right. No other option but to foul for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
Here's Dort.
Lift off, Mr. Dort. A one-way ticket to the rim.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
His 5th personal foul.
Gets the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
At the line for the Timberwolves.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach. Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's...
David, thank you as always.
Thank you.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.
No doubt, Kevin, a lot of talent on both rosters. What that means is the defenses need to be active and aware even when substitutions are made, because the next basket can come from absolutely any guy on the floor.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's McDaniels in at the 3 spot. Ball's knocked loose. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. And Holiday kicks to Tatum. Over Conley. Tatum's shot is off.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Sinks the three-pointer.
The work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan.
these guys are lethal one-on-one. But I think the key is to keep their teammates involved, playing unselfish basketball.
Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4. Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the small forward position. And down it goes. 2 points.
And taking huge strides. Porzingis really gets it going on the drive.
Baseline try. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Tatum passes to Holiday. 17-foot shot on the way. And it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Mazzulla. I asked him specifically about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and what their defensive game plan is for him, and coach said we have to be active, we have to keep him in front of us, and to try to limit his chances around the rim. Their offense really opens up when he's able to attack the basket. So let's see if the defense is up for the challenge. BA?
Appreciate the report, Allie. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The Celtics making their last shot. And he lays it up and in.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
Tatum drives in. Holiday passes to Tatum. Shoots over Holmgren. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Thunder have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Finished off the break.
And in transition, Holmgren has speed, but he also plays under control.
Outside Porzingis. And stolen by Hartenstein. Williams on the wing, defended by Brown. Brown against Williams. Pass to Holmgren, 6 to shoot. The kick out to Williams. Fires from deep. Now Holmgren. Three-pointer. And the three-pointer goes. Holmgren's got 5 now.
A superb three-point threat. When Holmgren is knocking down triples, he's hard to contain.
Again, the miss by Boston. Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 13-4 run. And you look at Derek White, Richard, the energy he plays with, it is remarkable.
That's his greatest attribute, his activity on both ends of the floor. Having a high motor is a skill. He keeps coming and tries to wear you down.
Good. So smooth off the catch. Porzingis is excellent at judging when to take quick shots.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
Now Gilgeous-Alexander, and he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Kristaps Porzingis picks one up.
There's that man, Gilgeous-Alexander. So tough to contend with his quickness.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Tatum against Dort. Pass to Porzingis. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Give him 8 points now.
One of the tallest guys in the league. Give Porzingis the ball there and just let him work. I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play. So we'll see Kristaps Porzingis go to the line here. It's going to go on Chet Holmgren. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Oklahoma City.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And I just love playing on teams like this, passing teams. You can tell they really like playing with each other, and hopefully they keep this up. Just enough of a shot contest to bother.
Holmgren outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. He banks in the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 8.
Yeah, and Gilgeous-Alexander is a fighter. Someone that challenges the defense and bullies his way through contact.
A nice shot by Tatum.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he gets it to go. 4 for 6 so far.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Holiday surveying the floor. Outside Porzingis. Connects from downtown.
On the offensive end, Porzingis has been so dialed in, making the most of every scoring opportunity he gets.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
There will be some letdown at some point, but these teams, they are built to score, so...
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 12 points for him.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
Holiday from long range. And it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 14 points for him.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
The scoring is fast and furious as we end the first. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And from what we've seen from Oklahoma City, what's your take so far?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
In rebounding numbers, sometimes we overlook them, but they can have a big effect on the outcome.
Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. And it's Porzingis in at the center. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
Substitution on the court.
Mitchell feeling it out a bit. Pass to Caruso. Takes a 3. And it's Mitchell, that time on the assist by Caruso.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast, but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well. And when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. Oklahoma City leading by 15. And you watch Alex Caruso on defense, RJ. He forces his fair share of turnovers.
Yeah, he's got great instincts, quick hands. You can't be loose with the ball around Caruso, one of the best one-on-one defenders in the game.
Drives to the hoop. Pass to Pritchard. Craig on the wing. Back to Pritchard. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Hauser. Nails it from 3. Hauser's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And that's out of bounds. Oklahoma City will keep it.
OKC ball.
Caruso up top. Yet to see a basket. Here's Mitchell. Back to Caruso. Puts up a 3. Hauser grabs the board. Celtics trail by 12. Craig passes to Pritchard. Driving to the basket. From behind the arc. Craig no good. Oklahoma City has gone 5 of 8 from outside the three-point line in this one. Here's Caruso. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. They just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Here's Shireman. Here's Hauser to the right side. Here's Pritchard. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Wallace, right side. Back to Caruso. Shot clock at 6. Here's the 3. Horford pulls it in. Boston has gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. Softly drops in the floater. Hauser's got 5 points in the quarter. Well, when you look at the forwards in this league, there are a lot more Grant Hill types out there these days, partner.
Well, thank you for the nice words, B.A. Of course, I took pride in my overall game. And over the last few decades or so, we've seen a bunch of guys playing the 3, 4, and 5 who can pass, dribble, and shoot. So it's fun to watch the game evolve.
Pritchard nails it from beyond the arc. Pritchard's got his first 3 points of the game.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Williams finds Williams. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Oklahoma City shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And Williams drops them both.
It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay for the line.
Here's Pritchard, checked by Mitchell, and stolen by Williams. Left side Williams, pass to Williams. On the wing, Caruso jacks up a 3. Boston pulls it in.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
And again, Boston with the triple.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Mitchell, the pass to Williams. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Wallace. Here's Mitchell. To the middle. Williams from long range. The Thunder with another miss. And here we go, the Celtics on the run. Outside Craig. Here's Pritchard, checked by Mitchell. Craig with a screen on Mitchell. Pritchard, no good. And so it's Oklahoma City ending the quarter up 10. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
And on the floor for Mark Daigneault starting the second half. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3 spot. Out of bounds, it'll be Celtics ball. Celtics trail by 10 to the left side wing. Here's Porzingis. KP wrecks the rim.
Even after that serious knee injury, Porzingis with the spring to flush it.
On target from range.
Even though he hasn't lit up the scoreboard, I like how he's keeping others involved.
Now here's Porzingis. 16 points for him. Boston shooting their 2nd and 3rd shots at the line here. And he drops the first.
Standing at 7-3. We have never seen a player quite like Kristaps Porzingis. A fantastic shooter, a solid ball handler. What a talent.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Picked up by Tatum. Pass to Holmgren. Now here's Hartenstein. Williams on the wing. Outside for Dort. 3-pointer. Now Holmgren. And the call will be against Jason Tatum. That's his first foul of the game.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Dort for 3. The shot no good. Celtics trail by 9. Outside Holiday. And here's Tatum. Back to White from outside the arc. Again, the miss by Boston.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Ryan, there are some players who felt the 65-game requirement for postseason awards was too high. The NBA's executive VP and head of operations, Joe Dumars, said, quote, "You're still allowed to miss 20% of the season. People pay to go, and they want to see their stars play." Ryan, it's all about the fans.
True enough, Allie, thanks. He drops it from range.
Few bigs stretch the floor like Porzingis. He can be just deadly from the arc.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Hartenstein. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Launches a three. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
A terrific box out that draws the over-the-back call.
He had to know that call was coming. You can't treat another guy like a jungle gym out there.
And a fast break now for the Thunder. Here's Holmgren. The rebound by Jason Tatum. Celtics trail by 8. Porzingis surveying the floor. Oh, the deep ball from Porzingis.
He's bringing a lot of energy to this offense, not letting the scoreboard discourage him right now.
He's going to keep putting up shots regardless of the score. That's the kind of player he is.
Yeah, a defense has to be very aware of Gilgeous-Alexander's attack mindset. He wants to get to the rim and do maximum damage.
Now here's Holmgren. 5 points in the game. Oklahoma City shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. That one's off.
And what you immediately notice about Chet Holmgren is his uniqueness. He's got size, but also tremendous agility. He can hit outside shots or battle down low.
Porzingis in the post. He's guarded by Hartenstein. Offensive rebound.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
White against Dort. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
You're making the slam look second nature. Once Dort sees a launching pad, he's ready to take off.
Thunder leading by 9. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. Clock at 6. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's Dort on the wing for 3. Boston pulls it in. Here's Tatum. And Tatum flying in for the fast break delivery.
Once the fast break is rolling, they know who to go to. Tatum can be trusted to find the finish.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
I'm liking the throwback approach. They're making use of the mid-range area and inflicting major damage.
Yeah, something else I love that they're doing is driving into the lane and getting the shots they want in penetration.
The Thunder making a switch here. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Williams comes in for Holmgren. Caruso, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Wallace in for Dort.
And put it on a platter. Holiday serving it up for his teammate.
Outside, Williams. And here's Caruso outside. Offensive rebound. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And they go to the intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
This will be his 3rd trip to the free throw line. The first free throw is good.
The skills of SGA, they're so unique. His ball handling, shooting, length. Not a lot of guys like Shai in the league.
So Boston ends up going with a new group. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clock. That one's good for 2. Pritchard's got 8 points.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Launches it. And another miss by Oklahoma City. Here's Pritchard. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Pass to Hauser. Here's Pritchard. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow! Great shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third. Both teams putting up some points. It's the Thunder. They're up by 5. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
I feel like we've seen more slick passing big men in the league today than we've ever seen.
We've reached the 4th quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Torrey Craig out there with Al Horford. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Shireman in at the shooting guard position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
You can tell Dort keeps his options open when he has the ball. He'll set up another guy if he can.
White against Hartenstein. And stolen by Hartenstein. Outside, Williams. Back to Hartenstein. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. Tatum's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Into the lane. And finished off by Tatum.
Tatum's become very good at finding high percentage shots, driving hard, not just settling for jumpers.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Now guarded by White. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. No good on the 3. Celtics trail by 9. Pushing it up now. And Tatum with the basket on the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got his 4th assist in this one. Gilgeous-Alexander against Holiday. Hartenstein passes to Dort. Back to Hartenstein. And Hartenstein slams it in.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander with the hammer.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Oh, this is how aggressive Tatum is. Excellent job of getting to the rim and a finish. Just light work.
Dort outside. From deep, Holmgren. Outside for Dort. Pass to Holmgren. Bam! Chet rocking the rim.
And before he even leaves the floor, Holmgren has the ball at rim level.
Tatum. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
He may not have that traditional power forward move, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
Count it.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
This is what you expect from him, just coming alive and dominating in effortless fashion here in the fourth.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. It's stolen by Holiday. Brown inside. Williams defending. Dort grabs the miss. Inside. And he goes in for the dunk.
A 6'6" playmaker. SGA has a great view of the floor.
Look at Tatum using his length.
And man, is he in his zone right now. Seems like he can't miss.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Porzingis.
Got to be careful shooting around Porzingis. His length is so capable of erasing shots.
And if anybody didn't know, Jason Tatum has that killer instinct just coming up in a big way.
And that one falls for Tatum. And so it's Oklahoma City with it, leading by 5. And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game. 43 seconds left in the fourth. And out of bounds, the Celtics will take it. .40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Tatum. Count it! What a beautiful shot! Brings them within 3.
And this is exactly who Tatum is. Someone who doesn't back down from taking the big shots.
Dort, the pass to Williams. Drops in the 3.
3 points.
This is do or die time.
They must play flawlessly.
And it's Tatum missing. Brown with the steal. Fires the 3. Here's Porzingis, plenty of space. Williams grabs the board.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Gets the trifecta. So we see Oklahoma City get the win here. They have to feel good about this performance.